Hey Echo. Hello YouTubers. This is Mike here with Good Fathers Do Still Exist. Today I'm coming at you with ye old Tim Allen book, Don't Stand Too Close to a Naked Man. Anyways, I read this book this week and I was kind of thinking about what I wanted to talk about, and Tim Allen, story I'm going to tell about him is that he went to prison for dealing cocaine. He got caught in an airport, and so he got sent to prison for like a year or so. That was interesting. There was a quote in here that kind of talks about prison, and Alan and I, we haven't been to prison. We got squeaky clean records, so we're both in the military. So yeah, military is kind of like prison, so make of it what you will. But there was a quote in here, and I think the interesting thing is, like, I got a bachelor's degree in philosophy and English, and I guess that Tim Allen, he also studied, he got like a minor in philosophy, and he majored in like broadcasting and stuff like that. I didn't know that. Learn something new every day. But anyways, that was what the book taught me. And he had this quote here, and I guess he studied gender studies a lot, and so I figured this kind of relates to Good Fathers Do Still Exist. And so he says on page 254 of his book, whatever man does, he can undo. Whatever we have destroyed, we can recreate. Whatever we've created badly, we can remodel. What we've forgotten, we can relearn. This is the genius in man. Men don't need to be tamed. We just need to be listened to, just like women. We need to be left alone now and then, just like women. Men have some class too. And he goes on and says some funny stuff that I'm not going to say here because I don't want to get flagged or anything like that by YouTube. But it's a good book in case anybody wants to read it. Don't Stand Too Close to a Naked Man, Tim Allen. But anyways, no, I just think that's kind of interesting. That's part of the goal of Good Fathers Do Still Exist, is to, I guess, reform and recultivate the image of masculinity and fatherhood in society, to beat back the image of the deadbeat father, to give a platform and a voice to men out there who want to send videos to their kids. So if you want to send a video, feel free to goodfathersdostillexist@hotmail.com. Women are allowed too. We don't discriminate. There's some women in our shoes. And so, yeah, the story I wanted to say, it wasn't really directly to do with my daughter, or my relationship with her. It's kind of tangential, but it's the story of another father I knew. I can't even remember his name. It's been a while since I was in boot camp, but I remember the guy's face. I'll probably remember his face till the day I die. But he was in the Navy, and for whatever reason, I don't know why, but the Navy, they recruit from inner cities, and people don't know how to swim, and I guess the recruiters just tell people, oh, hey, you'll never have to swim. And I guess this works for the Navy recruiters to get recruits, but at the same time, it doesn't really work out for the people who join. So this guy, he was like 30 years old, and he had a wife and he had a daughter, and he was stressed out a lot because every day he had to wake up at 4 in the morning, and so he was losing sleep every single day. And I'm talking for like 6 weeks in a row, he was losing a lot of sleep, okay? He was losing sleep because he had to go at 4 in the morning and train with like some Navy SEAL people who taught people how to swim better. And anyways, he'd always tell me stories. They'd always be like, "Hoo-yah, Instructor Dave, hoo-yah, Instructor Dave," no matter how many push-ups you made him do or dive to the bottom of the pool or whatever. It was ridiculous. And so I remember he cried one day in boot camp. And sometimes guys would cry in boot camp. It happened. I mean, like 18-year-old kids would be homesick. They miss their home, or they miss their mom, or they miss their dog, or grown men would be crying because they miss like their kids or something like that. I don't know. It happens. Probably a lot of sleep deprivation causes it. But I remember this guy, he was crying one day. And so I went over and talked to him because I was real close with all the fathers in boot camp. There's about 4 or 5 of us. Some of us were like 30s. Some of us were like 18. It don't matter. And so we all got along real well. And I remember this guy, he was crying, and I was like, you know, what's wrong? And I always tried to encourage him every day, and he's like, I don't think I'm going to graduate. And it was a big deal because, like, your family would buy plane tickets, and you'd plan this out for, like, 2 months in advance. Like, hey, come to me on, like, in my case, it was January 23rd of 2015. That was when I graduated boot camp. I remember it. I remember the day I went, you know. I remember when I graduated. And so, you know, you tell your family to buy these tickets, and then, like, what if you don't graduate, you know? Like, then they just got to buy new tickets. And so he thought he wasn't going to see his family. And I remember that the day he graduated, like, boot camp just stopped for, like, probably like 5-10 minutes, but everybody was just real happy for him because he came in so happy and we knew he passed. So I don't know, that was kind of cool. That was about as close as I ever got to prison. And so I don't really have any prison or fatherhood stories in that regard. That was the closest I ever got, was that story and that Tim Allen quote. But anyways, feel free to like, subscribe, share this on social media of your choice. You can send it on, like, I send a lot of stuff on Facebook Messenger to my friends if I don't feel like posting it directly. If you want to post it directly on your Facebook wall, you know, kudos to you. Feel free to send in videos. That's about it. Just keep staying good, keep staying alive, fathers. Keep doing your thing, keep loving on your kids. Do whatever it takes to make it through the day. And that's it. Echo, I love you. You guys, you have a good day. Bye.